Hey guys, what's up? Andrew from American Musical Supply here at the Rockett Audio Designs booth at Winter NAMM 2018. I'm here with guitarist Mark Lettieri of the band Snarky Puppy, and you're a solo artist in your own right too. Thanks for joining us today.
Man, my pleasure, thank you.
Our pleasure. So we just wanted to talk to you about the Melody Overdrive, which is your signature pedal. It's just is coming to market right now.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of a background about the pedal, like the concept behind it? And I know you've had a relationship with Rockett for a long time.
Right. Well, the idea was they were introducing their new line with the graphic EQ, which is replacing the tone knob, essentially. And the two pedals that I was the most excited about from their line that I'd been using for years are the Dude and the Blue Note. So we essentially melded the DNA of those two guys together. And there may even be a little bit of this one in here too, which is potentially the secret sauce, which I do use as well. So what I wanted was the gain structure to be somewhat similar to the Blue Note, but I wanted the feel of the Dude.
Okay.
The Dude has sort of that dumble kind of thing. I've never played a dumble before in my life, but apparently they have a really great touch response and they're very dynamic, and there's a bit of a sort of a compressed kind of sag to the note, which I really like. Because I don't really use compressors much at all. So I like to have the pedal do a little bit of that for me to kind of enhance the natural compression that I get from my fingers. And so we put that together in the Melody, and I believe this is the second incarnation. I was using the prototype for a little while. I think we actually had that at the NAMM show last year. And this one just has a hair more gain, which I kind of wanted, just in case you needed it. And I've been using it exclusively.
Awesome.
And in conjunction, well, by itself, it's kind of one of those pedals that you can leave on all the time,
right.
But it also works great with other overdrives because you can essentially, if you stack it in front of something else, you can change the tonal character of the other overdrive. Totally, which I'll demonstrate for you in a second. So yeah, I couldn't be happier with it.
That's great. Awesome. Well, we were listening to you play when you were warming up here, and it sounded incredible. So, do you want to give us a couple of tones?
Yeah. So this is the way I have it set primarily. So it's nice and clean, but it bites really well. I mean, and I usually play a Strat. I'm playing a Telly that's not even mine, and I feel very at home with on it. The pedal kind of plays itself. So there we go. So that's how I usually kind of have it set. Depending on the amp, I might tweak the high end or the low end. I usually leave the mids alone.
Okay.
Because the Blue Note already has a fair amount of mid in it,
right.
And like I said, that DNA is existing in this pedal. So now, what you can do, which is really fun, so for example, I'll take the Dude pedal.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're good.
I'll set that kind of how I normally set it, which is a great heavy gain in its own right. Right? And so
it's the same for days there.
Yeah, there's plenty of Spinal Tap jokes here as well. So, okay, great. So if you need like balls to the wall, lead tones or something for all your fancy stuff, there you go. Now, if you want to have like a really unique tone, like just for your solos, and say like the Dude is your pedal, or maybe you have another Melody that is your other pedal, and then you want to have this as just your sculpting tool, you can do stuff like this, where you can, you can really drastically screw with the EQ. So I'm going to give it like somewhat of a sad face. So this will have a serious mid hump to it. Right?
That's almost like a cocked wah sound.
It's like a different pedal. So we went from this that, right? And then you could do it in the reverse, of course. Good old smiley, you know. You know, so there you have it. There's your thing. You don't really need much else.
Right.
I guess. So again, we'll go back to what I do or where I like it, and it's always a little different because I can never quite get it in the same place, but I don't mind. It's generally right about like that, and you can go from your great, you know, clean up. You know, get your James Brown on if you want.
Yeah. Payback.
So, like I said, now I just sort of leave it on all the time.
Right.
And in my trio, that's great because sometimes I just like to have a little bit of hair, and I don't really use a volume pedal much outside of like swells for things.
Right.
So it's all here, really, and I just let the pedal do the rest. So
Seems like seems like it's a great tool for a gigging guitar player who's using backline amps. And
yeah, and I know I've been talking a lot, but that was the other thing that I needed, because when I tour with the Pups or whoever it is, even with my own band, as much as I'd like to have the amps that I normally use, sometimes you just can't.
Right.
And I've used it with Deluxes, I've used it with Twins, I've used it with Vox AC30s, which don't work with my hands for some reason. And it's so easy to just be like, oh, okay, cool. You know,
Gotcha.
like I took it on a tour. I played my PRS through a Vox AC30, which is something I've never done before. But I was like, well, I'm going to play that pedal.
Right.
And it was just, I got the tone as quick as it could. So,
That's very cool.
Yeah,
So are you out on the road right now?
I will be. Yeah, the Pups start in February, and then my trio's going out in April. So
Cool.
yeah, a little bit.
You want to shout out your website or any Instagram?
Yeah, man. MarkLettieri.com, Instagram at MJ Lettieri. Excuse me. Facebook, Mark Lettieri Music.
Right on. Well, thanks, Mark. Thanks. We really appreciate the rundown here. And if you're interested in picking up a J Rockett Audio Designs Melody Overdrive, you can visit AmericanMusical.com.